So I'm using the bathroom. Today's January 3rd, 2026. It's a lot of it is using the bathroom. You could be dabbling, it's cursing, it's screaming. They always try to fight time. They are Me Too. I've been trying to get their Me Too arrested. So they're engaging in rape baits. I'm a gay Nigerian standing back on this. They started fighting me, how the police arrested me. They did that on November 24, 2025. And they're also working with the MTA workers. Some of the MTA workers told me 7 years ago, when my friend Arugona was killed, while he was helping with court, he told me stay away from the train station. The police told us to kill you, started fighting to the bathroom. So for like almost 10 years, anytime I use the bathroom ambulance, but they bring the police here, try to arrest me, I'll be calling out and start screaming. And in 2019, they arrested me, took my green card, took my social security card. So the police are robbing people. They need to have evidence against them because I'm a gay Nigerian. I was born a boy and not a girl. So me and my mother sleep on Staten Island, a different apartment. And the police came and threw us out, searched me naked. So I heard about my story and was going to be helping me. The police went and took me, Regana dead. So I was calling the Me Too lawyer, Gloria Oro. They are interested in sex cases. So I told them the police searched me naked on Staten Island. I took my shot and Regana put me in pocket. And the Me Too lawyer told me she can't help me. I was recording the phone call. She said she's bribing the police to arrest Al Kelly on Wednesday, and she helps me. They will drop the Al Kelly on Wednesday case. And she said she needs a criminal conviction that gets for her money. They both men have a lot of money, and she's after their money. So I was exposing her for bribing the police. As a Nigerian, it was me the police arrested. Anytime I come to the bathroom here in 2019, the police will show up. So you're taking too long, you gotta leave. They want to wash, they want to clean. I'm like, why is it? I will come here at 5 p.m. to the bathroom. They tell me they want to wash, they want to clean. I said, why is it every time I want to use the bathroom, that's when you say you want to wash and clean? And finally, they arrested me, choked me, took my green card, took my social security card, went and locked me up in the cycle. People recorded them choking me. So now nobody pays me a single attention. I sent the video to the Nigerian embassy. So they're treating Africans like animals. They said 500 years ago they killed 10 million Africans as slaves. And so today, blacks are slaves in America. They built the immigration office on top of the slave burial ground, 26 Federal Plaza. That area is the slave burial ground. And next week you find the African Slaves Museum. And that immigration, they deny cases like those I used to go to immigration court. When my mother brought me to Nigeria, she had a free card. They arrested my girls because they don't want children here. My mother spent $30,000 to free me. My mother is now dead. They locked her up in the mental ward. My father has been killed. And people are telling me they're going to kill me next because I want money. I said they're going to take my sperm when they kill me and go and create children. And they're going to say, I was bisexual. And, I was giving my sperm to everybody I met. And nobody will be able to find out because I'm in Nigeria. I have no friend in America. So if you're watching me on video, please donate to my Cash App NYC Homeless. I need to go rent a hotel room. It's very dangerous for me to be in public places now. They are hunting people down, human harvesting. When they killed my mother, also they won't show me a corpse. In Nigeria, there's a voodoo. When somebody's dead, you can use their body part for voodoo. So I believe some Nigerians is working with them. When my mother was killed, they didn't let me participate in the burial. When my father was killed, they wouldn't let me participate in the burial. So they have done some voodoo curves. My mother used to go to Long Island University. My father used to go to Long Island University in Brooklyn. I used to go to Long Island University. Anytime I go around that area, they will send black Americans to punch me, beat me up. And there's a Spanish guy, his name is Michael Hernandez. He was sitting in front of that area by a Target store. They said people pull up to him, stab him dead. So there's a gang that's trying to help harvest human organs. So, so I believe they did a voodoo ritual around Long Island University in Brooklyn. Anytime I go there, they'll try to punch me. There was a day I went to 7-Eleven store. Some black American kids came and punching me, broke the glass 7-Eleven store. I called 911 to go to their home. Anytime I go to downtown Brooklyn, where the Atlantic Avenue, Barclays Stadium is, that area, they've done a voodoo in that area. So there's a lot of Nigerians involved, with the American gangs. They're sacrificing human beings. They say in Nigeria, when somebody dies, you can shave their pubic hair and go and donate it as voodoo. So you can use that voodoo to win money. That's why I love the Nigerian scammers. There are poor people up in America. They say, give me your money, give me your retirement money. I'm the king of Nigeria. Those people use voodoo charms. And the American will go and withdraw all their pension money, send it to Nigeria. And then those people who don't realize they're under a voodoo charm until they send the money to Nigeria. That's when they wake up, they've been hypnotized. You know, so those white Americans sending money to Nigeria, they are not stupid. But there's a voodoo, fraud voodoo in Nigeria you could do, but you have to use a dead person's body part, their pubic hair, and to make you rich. So they killed my mother and gave her body to some of our daughters who were born in America. My mother said that those girls are involved in voodoo. I don't know what to do with my mother's corpse, but since my mother has been killed, every day I'm getting jumped, punched. You know, people say they're going to kill me, take my son, and produce children. So please go to my cash app and my son is here. There's a religious persecution going on in America, you know. And one of my mother's daughters, when my mother was killed, I contacted her in Nigeria. That I'm stuck on the street, I don't have any money. And she told me she doesn't have any money either. So sorry, I can't help you. Soon she started coming to America, and I would see her on the street with some black Americans. I'm like, how are you so broke in Nigeria? Well, you always come to America. You know, so I believe the gang that's sponsoring her. Her name is Funke. When I was a baby in Nigeria, my mother said she tried to throw me out of the window. She shook me because she was angry that her father is different from my father. Her father is very rich, so my mother got arrested, but the police in Nigeria didn't prosecute her because her father's family is very rich and politically connected. You know, so I've not been able to get justice in Nigeria as a child. And here in America, I'm a gay. My life is not important. Because I was using the bathroom, some people were coming here, they were like, you know, making noise, you know, cursing and stuff. So every time I'm using the bathroom, I'm a gay. The police officer arrested me in the bathroom. I was using the bathroom November 14, 2025. At Chambers Street Station, 1 and 2 train, women's bathroom. And the giants always come and fight me. Say, you don't look like a real woman. I'm going to call the police on you, don't look like a woman. I said, please stop threatening me because I'm gay. I said, you know, you're not allowed to discriminate against me. And the police arrived, and they dragged me out of the bathroom. They lied that I was robbing people in the bathroom. You know, I was screaming, they were choking me. So they just arrested me everywhere, multiple arrests like that. They will lie on me and arrest me, choke me, took my green card, took my security. So they're abusing us in Africa, and I send all the videos to Nigerian embassy. They don't respond back to me. So I believe somebody has bribed the Nigerian embassy. They were just trying to kill this person, take the sperm, and they're going to lie that the person's bisexual, and was giving their sperm to everybody, the men. And now they have so many children. I'm trying to sue immigration for arresting me as a child. I'm trying to sue Bellevue Hospital for locking my mother up in the mental ward and killing her. I'm trying to sue New York City for taking my home in 2010 without a court order and throwing my mother on the street. So there's so many lawsuits like that. You know, so they know that I'm worth billions of dollars right now. But since my mother brought me from Nigeria almost 30 years now, every day arrest, every day problem. I finished high school in Nigeria at 15. Now I'm 45. I haven't been able to go to college or finish college. And I finished high school in Nigeria at 15. For 30 years now, I've been trying to go to college. Every day I'm being arrested in America. And, you know, I don't drink, I don't smoke. You know, so this racism in America is crazy. Their president is calling Nigeria a shithole country. I had an encounter with Trump also. This is not a joke. My mother said before I was born, a prophet said she was going to give birth to me, and I was a God child angel. That I'm going to solve a lot of misery. You know, so I missed the Israel. So I used to go to Trump's hotel in 2011, Trump's casino, Atlantic City, and they would drive me out of the hotel with the police. Because I traded their gambling machine, I was recording everything, and the machine was stealing money. So when he saw I was recording everything, when I went to the bathroom, he dragged me out of the bathroom. I told him never come back, and he stole all the money I wanted to pay me back. So a U.S. Senator, Mark Kelly from Arizona, said he found out that Trump was stealing money in his hotel lobby. And once the result is going, they're going to impeach him, want to get more Democrats in the Congress, and they're going to impeach him in prison. So I have all the evidence against Trump, and I tried to wonder about this Spanish Trump. I was there, man, I thought to go to his house, like they give us free food for homeless. I was going down my back to his house after they killed Roberto because close to December 25th, Christmas time. And he came with his SUV and tried to knock me down. So people were screaming, that's trying to knock me down with his SUV. You know, and the FBI asked me on surveillance because Since I came to America with my mother in 2000, I've been under the surveillance for some immigration case. Even I found out my green card 8 years later, and this. But once the teacher was I had the busy right. So the FBI has on the recordings of people when Trump tried to hit me in this court. Then Trump put it after that would shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it and still become president. And Hillary was in Russians and and that's what I stayed in. And Trump became president like he promised. Like, but he wasn't trying to shoot, that was one of the issue. My father was in Nigeria getting injections. After Trump became president, he told me my father was shocked with the bad injections out there. And that time I was criticizing Trump about the having thing. So they finally killed my father in 2019. So this was they're killing immigrants like crazy, stealing our green cards and stuff, don't let his back on. They make sure the door doesn't lock properly. They hide the tissue. I still don't listen about this. Schooling people be lining up. As soon as I come out, there are people lining up earlier to listen about it. So there are new tools that's trying to stress me out to have diarrhea. So they just torture me, they're not allowed to do that. They scored or break when you're manipulating somebody's anus, do all kinds of trickery, it's called sexual coercion, but they're smart and their prosecutor would have to, one day I was arrested in the bathroom, starting fights with me about to have diarrhea. When I came here, a lot of people came. There was Spanish woman who was speaking Spanish, and another one was saying, who the fuck are you talking to? I don't know, you stop talking to me. And they were about to start a fight. And there was a whole long line. Now there's no more line. So there are Me Too's hiring people. There's a 14th Street Square. This is sexual coercion. This is some people who like to make the payments dirty as a form of sexual stimulation. So they always try to bother when I'm about to stop. So I can dedicate to myself later. This is sexual coercion. They arrested Syrians in Austria. They said their government was using sexual coercion against victims as part of political persecution. So they're political persecution. I'm trying to get Trump arrested for picking in 2011 in his casino. Apparently, they stole my money. They had to trade the machine and tried not to battle with the police at the time. The United States police. Obama was president of America, but Trump was running to America. He was talking to the Russians. Even Obama was trying to get him arrested. And the FBI told Trump about it. So Trump has been running America, insulting Obama since 2011. Said Obama is a fake US citizen. I'm trying to bring Obama down. So this Trump has always been in charge of America. It's just now that he's now president. He's always been a rich kid, from a rich family. And it's from New York, so they said, New York run things. So they said the whole America loved that New York accent and stuff. So this is what's going on. So this is xenophobia was started in New York, and now Trump has exported all over America. He's mass deporting immigrants, all kinds of stuff, threatening, So I'm being politically persecuted in America. People to my cash up, not politically carried up for so my cash up was to my second and say, go and write to president. They say in America, don't shoot people, still remain in public, and go to retaliate and kill you. So I'm suing the police, I'm suing the government, so they're retaliating with their meat. I'm about to sue their meat also. They say in America, even this guy, who was his name? Abdul Wimmer. The police raped him in the bathroom with a stick, sodomized him, and he ran away from New York. He's an Asian in Brooklyn. And since then, he's run away from New York. He's living in Florida. He said, when you sue the government here, you can't be out in the open. So they're going to get you killed. They killed my friend, they killed my mother, they killed my father. And they say I've been homeless on the street for 16 years. So they always try to get me in the bathroom, sexually coerce me. People say after they kill, they're going to go and lie. They're a member of a spiritual gang and they told people to take my sperm or try to adopt it for me. I'm single or married without any child or children. I'm not a member of any program. Today is Wednesday. I was born on Wednesday, July 8th, 1981. They said they're going to lie that I'm into sex sports, I'm hedge my money. I'm not trying to sex sports. I'm not trying to all, whether spiritual, religious, or sexual. I was trying to resurrect my mother after she died. That pastor just right there, my pastor. They were saying if somebody that's 2015, God will resurrect them. So I tried to pray the prayer, but they didn't pray the prayer of my mother. So I guess that's what they're going to use, my mental spirituals, sacrifices. Now, I just tried it out for, because that Jason was saying 2015, she died, we're like that. And I tried to resurrect my mother at the hospital when I prayed for her, and they did that person, and they buried her behind my God in New Jersey. So there's all kind of scammers, the government, street gangs, even some black teachings, so they're also now involved. So everybody's just on the quest to kill me, get my sperm, or kidnap me, get my sperm. and go and lie that I'm bisexual, I'm into women. And I'm gay, I'm not into women. Please leave me alone with your life. I'm single or married, I'm not into I adopted much, I'm not into children. My son is from the United States, and I'm trying to get my wife back, I'm going to remember. I'm pissed off by disease and many actors. The worst thing to have children or, kidnapping or going into any cult or gang, whether it be sexual or social. And also my father used to work at Stanley Ferry Mahane, so around that area also the women in the bathroom there, people, they put a sign in front of Stanley Ferry, nobody go there, and Players Club. They say after they kill me, they're going to claim that I was playing a game of surrogacy, whereby I was telling people to go put as many children for me, how to compete me, I was also trying to create children, and say whoever can create children first can hurt my property. I don't understand what the game means. I'm not interested in the game. They need to stop and desist. So, and also they don't like me anywhere they attack my life. They don't want me coming back there because because they're afraid. Other criminals will also claim, yeah, we know that person in the bathroom of 14th Street. The police always come and arrest them, and that person always bothers everybody. So say once I get to the city, making up things about me, discussing as crazy to the police will try and free my school so they can kill me. And so people can start making false claims. But they're afraid, like now so many people are aware and too many people make claims about me. So they want to minimize the number of people that make claims about me. So places like this, when anywhere back to my youth, I post on Instagram, people online, use background. So they don't like coming back anybody. Footprint, other people, they know. After I'm killed and the police feel I'm crazy, people are saying, yeah, we used to go to that bathroom with the person, that person goes online afterwards, and yeah, that person attacked us in the bathroom, that person was crazy. Thank God the police killed them, no one money also. So this is what I'm worried about. I said, people that commit crimes, they start to have remorse, they start to panic, they said, and the cover up of the crime is always what gets them busted. So now they've already had their plan to kill me, but now they're afraid to kill me. Too many people are going to come out with false claims. So any money I have will not even be enough to satisfy everybody. Because there are people. So next time you see the bathroom, there'll be a long line. You see the one get to the bathroom. As soon as I come out, nobody. As soon as I talk to people, disappear. The bathroom will take me. So I guess I try to make things. I was always in the bathroom too long, and maybe stress, trying to be mean to people. I was so crazy. I was always holding up the bathroom, and they all want to get money. So their meat is also hard to make false claims about me. So please go to my cash app and watch someone from Nigeria, and they're using us foreigners here in America like toys.